is so true. So if not you, who? If not now, when for Elite Premier? So I'm going to share my goal guide with you. So let me see here.
Does that make sense? Is this all like any questions on any of this stuff?
Okay, guys, and I'm just going to go. If you have questions, write them down, put them in the chat, whatever. I'm just going to go, and at the very end, then we will answer. I will answer all of them. All right. So this right here is the 2017 Elite Goal Guide. We've made some changes. Last year was my first year of helping coaches get to Elite and Premier. It was my first rodeo. You guys, I learned so many things where I'm like, oh, holy smokes, that is not going to happen again this year. I couldn't believe how many people didn't know the requirements. Like I'm talking about some coaches. There was one of my coaches who, she had all the elite points. She was 2-star. She had every single requirement except for her diamonds weren't new. And you guys, she'd been a coach for 4 years. And I was like, what? You didn't know that? I couldn't even believe it. And so repetition is the mother of all teaching tools. So you know what? If you know this, then stay here on the call because you guys, I want you to know it like the back and front of your hand. All right. I want you to know it like the back and front of your hand. So the requirements. To be elite, you have to be a paid 5-star diamond or higher at least one bonus week in December 2017. This little asterisk shows you what the bonus weeks are. So the bonus weeks are ending 12/6, 12/13, 12/20, and 12/27. Let me tell you what happened this last year. One of my coaches, she hit 2-star on 12/1. 12/1. You guys, that wasn't a bonus week. There were actually 5 bonus weeks in December this last year. There were 5, but only 4 of them were the bonus weeks that counted for Elite. So she hit it on December 1st, but the first bonus week that counted was December 7th, the 14th, the 21st, and the 28th. She could not get 2-star back, and it broke my heart. It broke my heart. So you guys, the bonus weeks, very important. 12/6, 12/13, 12/20, and 12/27. All right? That drives me nuts. I'm like, I wish so bad that our year started like in March or April and ended in March, April. Because when it goes from January to December, I'm like, oh, you guys, with everything going on the holidays and being crazy, that's why I say don't leave it until the end. Be pushing right now. The work you put in now is going to help you so you don't have to like cram and go crazy and get yourself burned out and miss it. You know, so you guys, every single day, show up, make it happen. Elite Goal Guide, Elite program is not just oh yeah, you can do this in like 2 months. Huh. You'll get a twitch in the eye, you'll have a ton of wrinkles, and you'll have tons of gray hair. So you guys, to be Premier, you have to be at least 2-star. All right, at least 2-star. Same thing for at least 1 bonus week in 2017. The next thing is you have to have a minimum of 2 personally sponsored coaches reach diamond or higher for the first time in 2017 and have at least 2 of them hold the rank of diamond or higher at least 1 bonus week in 2017. These bonus weeks again are these. So you guys, every single coach who's elite, they're advancing at least 2 new diamonds per year. I had a coach, you guys, one of our elite coaches, she was 5-star diamond, but she had no new diamonds. She wasn't elite. So even if you're 5-star, 10-star, 15-star, if you don't advance 2 new diamonds, you're not elite. So you have to be 2 new diamonds, all right? Number 3 is you have to earn a total of 135 elite points. This asterisk right here says the 135 elite points must be reached through a combination of personally sponsored coaches qualifying for Success Club and producing PV, as well as customer acquisition and growth within your advancement team volume. See FAQ 2988 for complete details on elite points. Okay, so with elite, you have to earn a total of 135 elite points. With elite, there are minimums and maximum amount of points to get from the categories, all right? There are minimums and maximums. There was a 5-star elite, or there was a 5-star coach who was just Premier because she didn't have the minimum amount of points from the different categories. All right, you guys, with Premier, you just have to have a total of 135 points. It does not matter where those points come from. You just have to have a total of 135, all right? And this is how you earn those points. Category number 1 is Success Club, all right? It's your coaches from last year, from 2016 and 2017, hitting Success Club. All right? That is how you get points. Now, when you hit it yourself, you get to double those points. So say, for example, in January, you have 2 coaches that hit Success Club, and then you hit it yourself. 2 times 2 is 4. So you get 4 elite points for that month. Now, say, for example, you have 0 coaches who hit Success Club in January, but you still hit it. 0 times 2 is still 0. Ah, it's so annoying. So you guys, the only way you get elite points is if your coaches hit Success Club also. When you hit it 2, you get to double those points. One of my coaches last year, she was Diamond. She had all these elite points, They were all coming from PSPB. She just barely enrolled last year, 2016. So she was brand spanking new. So I called her and I was like, Jamie, you have got a crap load of elite points. You know, they were all coming from here. And I said, how many coaches are you having hit Success Club every single month? And she goes, like none. I don't really have any working coaches. And I was like, all right. I'm like, work on getting 1 coach to hit SC. She's like, all right. So guys, next month we talked, she's like, Lacy, I got a coach to hit SC. And I was like, perfect. So she got points from that. The next month I'm like, all right, now try to increase that by 1. So I'm like, this month try to help 2. Next month we talked, she's like, Lacy, I helped 2 coaches hit SC. I was like, all right, now try to help 3. You guys, it was so crazy. So she went from having an SC base of 0 to an SC base of 4 by the end of the year. And she had no idea how to do that. I'm like, just focus on helping 1. When you can help 1, focus on helping 2. When you can help 2, focus on helping 3. Try to increase that number by 1 every single month from your previous month. All right, just 1 more. It's just like how to eat an elephant. You eat it 1 bite at a time. You can't eat the whole thing because it's way too big. Eat it 1 bite at a time. This coach Jamie, she was on a team call with Christina Delgado, and she said, Lacy, Christina Delgado was saying how she has an SC base of 10. She has 10 coaches hitting Success Club every single month. And she said, I thought for sure that she was like leaving off a 0 or 2 zeros or 3 zeros. Christina Delgado is a top coach in the network. She has to be having a Success Club base of like 100 or 1,000, or you guys know her SC base is really 10. She's helping 10 coaches per month hit SC. These top coaches, these Melanie Mitros, the Alicia Shoemakers, the Amy Silvermans, the Christina Delgados, guys, they don't have an SC base of like an outrageous number. They've got like an SC base of 10, of 12, of 15. So my coach, who was a Diamond last year, she ended with an SC base of 4, and she ended at a 4-star. She went from Diamond to 4-star in 1 year. It was insane. She was almost elite, but an SC base of 4. You guys, she told me, she's like, Lacy, I am only 6 people away from helping how many people one of the top coaches in the network help. And you guys, she just started with 1. So I say, just start with 1. All right? Eat that bite. Eat 1 bite of that elephant. So if you want to be on track with this category for elite, try to help at least 2 coaches hit SC January, February, March, then try to up it to 3. All right? Category number 2. This is your personally sponsored coaches personal volume. So your PSPV. It's coaches from this year, just this year, from 2017. It's their personal volume. All right? For every 500 in PSPV, you get 1 elite point. All right? So say, for example, in January, you bring in 2 coaches. Their PSPV totals 270. Divide that by 500, it's still 0. Say, for example, in February, you bring in 2 more coaches. So between the 2 you brought in January, the 2 you brought in February, it totals 900 PSPV. Divide that by 500, and you get 1 elite point. Where does that extra 400 go? You guys, it's a rolling total. You never lose PV. It's a rolling total. All right? So for every 500, it drops off and you get 1 elite point. It's a rolling total. I always say it's so important to bring in new coaches in the January, February, March, April, May, June, these beginning months, because you guys, a coach you bring in January will help you January, February, March, April, May. Their PSPV every single month will go towards that PSPV. All right? And we know like what is it, HD, when they're on HD with Historycology, it's what, about 90 PV. So every single month, that coach who's on HD will help you with that PSPV. All right, it's just coaches from 2017. I always say, focus on bringing at least 3 to 5 new coaches in per month, because you'll probably get 2 to stick, 1 to 2 to stick. If it were a perfect world, you guys, all you would need to bring in is 2 per month, just 2 per month. And then every single month you could bring in 2 more and they'd all stay. But we know this is not a perfect world, which sucks. And so we know that people come in, but they also go out. So you guys focus on bringing in 3 to 5 coaches per month, every single month, all right? The next category, which I am so thankful they added this in. Last year, you guys, I think a lot of us got too far away from the whole challenge group and the customer experience. We were just like, let's get coaches, let's bring them in super fast. I'm like, oh, be a coach. And they're like, okay. And then after like 2 weeks, they're like, and this isn't for me. Peace out. You guys, we were creating Beachbody for monthers, or Beachbody for 2 lifers, or for 2 monthers. We want to create Beachbody for lifers. And guess what? The Beachbody for lifers come from the ones who've had that transformation, who get results, who had that transformation, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. They've had that transformation where they're like, Beachbody is amazing. It saved my life. It changed my life. I'm a better person. I'm a better coach. I'm a better mom. I'm a better friend. You guys, when they have that transformation, they want to shout from the rooftops for everyone to hear that this is how they changed their life. With the accountability and support groups, with the shakes, with the programs, with the whole community that Beachbody has. All right, you guys, I'm so thankful that they are focusing on customers now too. All right, so this works exactly like the personally sponsored coaches. Your personally sponsored customers, PV, same thing for just customers that you brought in this year. All right, just customers this year. For every 500 PV from those customers, you get 1 elite point. All right, same thing, almost the exact same way. For every 500, drops off 1 elite point. Same thing, rolling total. All right. The last category is your ATV points. You earn 1 elite point for every 10,000 points increase in ATV, which is advancement team volume. All right, ATV. Advancement team volume is volume 3 levels deep. All right, just 3 levels deep. It's volume from your coaches, your personally sponsored coaches, their coaches, and then their coaches. All right, so it's just volume 3 levels deep. Think of it as your personally sponsored coaches are your kids, their personally sponsored coaches are your grandkids, and then their personally sponsored coaches are your great grandkids. All right, it's just volume 3 levels deep. Now, say for example, last year you ended the year with 2016 at 40,000 ATV. Say you end this year with 200,000 ATV. You guys, you have to meet what you did last year before the points kick in. So you got to meet 40,000, and then for every 10,000 after that, that's when you get 1 elite point. So if she ended this year at 200,000, she increased by 160,000 in ATV. Divide that number by 10,000 and you get 16. Now I remember, like, when you're hired here in corporate, like, it's probably like a 2 or 3 month training. And oh my heavens, you guys, when I learned the elite program, they're like, you got to know this like the back and front of your hand. And when I learned about ATV, QSD, WX, Y, and Z, I'm like, what the heck is that? 3 levels deep, 10,000 increment, I was like, all right. Bonnie Engel broke it down the best at NLC last year. She said, you guys, ATV just was like, way over my head. She said, I found out that if I focused on these 3 things, but now it's 4. If I focus on these 4 things, this just happens. So, you guys, number 1, if you focus on always hitting Success Club, no matter what, that is non-negotiable for you. Number 2, helping your coaches hit Success Club. Number 3, bringing in new coaches every single month. And number 4, bringing in new customers every single month. This 4th category, this ATV, it just happens. All right? So you don't have to worry about the ATV, XYZ, WXY, and well, you don't have to worry about that. As long as, number 1, you are hitting Success Club, non-negotiable. Number 2, you're helping your coaches hit Success Club. Number 3, you're bringing in new coaches. And number 4, you're bringing in new customers. This just happens. All right. Okay. This next thing right here, this is the 2017 Elite Goal Guide. It's the exact same thing as the one up top. It just is for you guys to be able to track. Same thing. If you're not registered for Teen Cup, if you're not tracking, pull out your hand, smack it. You guys, tracking is so important. I had a coach last year who we were on our call and she said, Lacy, she says, I got to my elite report and she goes, I'm missing 1 elite point. I go, you are? And she goes, yeah, I'm missing 1. I go, all right, reach out to Coach Relations, customer service. I'm like, get it all figured out. And she's like, okay. You guys, she really wasn't missing 1 elite point. And you know what is so crazy and so sad is that I can't tell you how many coaches didn't get elite or premier because they had 134 elite points. They needed 1 more. Oh my heavens. Say, for example, they weren't tracking and the system messed up somehow. And they should have had that point, but they didn't know because they weren't tracking. Let me just tell you, the funnest calls in the whole entire world to make are the elite and the premier calls. The saddest call in the whole entire world to make are when they were this close and they were just like waiting to see if they made it, and they didn't. They cried. I cried. It sucked, you guys. It sucked. So track. Just like Jessica Bauer Nielsen said on the National Wake Up Call, what you track, you can impact. What you track goes whack. She said her business grew by 300% when she started tracking. And you guys, think about this. Like when your customers call and they're just like, Kelly, Lil, Emily, I'm not losing any weight. And I'm pushing play every single day. I'm eating my meal plans. And I'm just not losing weight. You're like, all right, so you're pushing play every single day. Well, yeah. All right. And so you're following the meal plan. Well, yeah. Are you using the containers? Well, no, because I just know I can eyeball how much the red is. I can eyeball how much the yellow is. I can eyeball how much the green is. You guys, we always say, oh, no, you didn't. Like, snap, snap, snap. We know that our eyes are way bigger than the little containers. I know for a fact because, wow, when I started tracking, that's when you start getting results. So, you guys, when you start tracking, that's when you start getting results. So, I want you guys to print out both of these pictures, and I want you to put them somewhere where you're going to see them every single day. And I want you to start tracking. What you track, you can impact. What you track goes whack. All right? So print this out. Start tracking. Okay, guys. With that being said, I think that is all. I'm going to stop sharing. And let's see here. You guys, one of my favorite songs besides Carrie Underwood to sing before. I love the karaoke before he cheats. My second favorite song is I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. Okay, anyways, okay, waiting until our business opportunity next Wednesday to have new coaches join our Teen Cups. Okay, perfect. Okay. Okay, this report, the elite report, I will post it in the group, you guys. Yes, perfect. Awesome. All right, perfect. Yes. Okay, Bianca has it. Okay. Okay, if they were a customer, had an account, then changed to a coach. So now, now they're a customer, they were counting as customer PSPB in 2017. When they changed to a coach, they're counting as coach PSPB. All right? So they're just changing to it, like instead of being CPV, they're being PSPV. Okay, yes, okay. Your question is, does the customer volume count if it's through the second CBC? Yes. All right, you guys, your second CBC, okay, so you got your first CBC, your second CBC. Say, for example, so all this volume is just like you, all right? The way it doesn't count is if, say, for example, your second CBC hits SC, that does not count as one of your coaches hitting SC because that's you, all right? That's you. So if your second CBC hits Success Club, does not count for you as one of your coaches. It counts for your upline as one of your coaches hitting SC. Does that make sense?
Your second CBC, I thought, can never hit Success Club.
Yeah, it can.
No.
Oh, okay, no, okay, not successful. I guess like the points. Okay, if it's you, so like, say for example, your first CBC has 2 Success Club points, your second CBC has 3. Just you, like you just hit SC. Does that make sense? Like all the points roll up. Does that make sense?
Right. Your second CBC never hit Success Club because the points always roll up to your
Yes.
Success Club. So it would
Yes.
never count. But your second CBC, if it hits Diamond, counts as a business center or as a business center, as you creating a Diamond this year.
Yes.
Like I created my second account, or like if you create your husband or whatever hitting Diamond, that counts as one of your diamonds being created.
Yes, if your second CBC hits Diamond, that counts as one of your diamonds, and you have to have 2. You have to have 2 new per year. Any other questions, you guys? Seriously, know this like the back
You said
of your
for
head.
Premier, the minimum, those ones where it says 50 max, 30 minimum, the minimums don't need to be hit.
Nope. You just have to have a total of 135 points. It does not matter if they all come from category number 1, from category number 2, wherever. It does not matter. You just have to have a total of 135 elite points.
If my husband has hit Success Club this month, my points, I've already hit Success Club too, so my points double, correct? Because he's hit Success Club, right? Okay.
Yep, exactly. If he's a 2016 or 2017 coach.
What do you mean coach? Like he is a coach?
Yes, so did he enroll in 2016?
Oh no, he's been a coach for years.
Okay, then.
Oh shoot.
I
So
know.
I see.
Yes.
It's going to be a new coach.
Yes.
Okay.
Laura, tell us your experience that you learned from this year about the transfer in with your brother. And so tell us about that. Because that was a good learning experience.
Yeah. Well, I learned how you can transfer somebody. You can transfer someone who's never been a coach into an existing business center of a coach who's canceling. If the existing coach like sends in the paperwork and your new person sends in the paperwork, they can literally transfer. Honestly, you could really help somebody out by doing that. And I did that with 3 people, thinking that I was like just like totally like hooking people up, which I did. Turns out that coach then, not only do they inherit the downline of that existing business center, but they inherit the sign-up date as well. So all 3 of those new business builders that I let transfer in all counted last year as 2013 coaches instead of 2016 coaches. So don't do that unless it's like your family member, and you really want to help them out. It's not worth it for you as someone pushing for elite.
Yep. True. You guys, and it's so funny. I learned that with Laura. I had no idea. And I was like, what? Because we were figuring out, we're like, she should have more elite points than this, or whatever. So then and I was like, oh my heavens, you guys, go through the FAQ with a fine tooth comb because you need to know everything. And like the whole transfer thing, and it's a big, huge deal, you guys, to be able, like, yes, this old coach has to send all this paperwork. This brand spanking new coach it's like a transfer of ownership, almost like a power of attorney kind of thing where it's like, you don't.
You know what though? As I know all of you guys are business builders. So as business builders, when we transfer that person in, our thoughts are that person is going to completely like, oh my word, I just signed up and I have like 2,000 volume on my strong leg automatically every single week. You would think that coach would push hard to like build that weak leg, but it doesn't make any difference. You just have to be focused. It doesn't matter what your upline does for you, who they're adding under you. I mean, yeah, that can increase your income, but really it's all about what you do every single day. So just because someone inherits your downline doesn't mean they're going to push like you think they should.
Amen, sister. Go ahead, Bianca.
I have a question. Have you guys met with your 2016 and current 2017 coaches yet this year to kind of, plant the seed and be like, yeah, let's go? And if you have, like, what have you talked to them about? Like, how's your meeting been formatted?
I'm just setting up, like I'm doing like a 20-minute check-in thing with all my PS coaches. And then also my